wants to show you and display new features. You're more than welcome to follow. You're more than welcome to do it on the desktops because I've sent you the file I'm going to use. Or we will finish early, stay, let's do it together if you need. Okay? So what I want to do, it's a new feature called backouts. Remember in masonry, we said any openings greater than how many square feet? 10. Any openings greater than 10 feet, we need to less out. On-screen has a neat feature, it will less it out. So when we do that polygon, when we highlight an area, we can go back and do less outs to net out the quantity. We already talked about a legend. We did it last week. I want to do it again, but I want to modify it further to show different options on how to display it. And then here comes another new feature. This week, we are now going back to cost information, going back into RS means, and we're going to migrate cost data into on-screen to not only give us a quantity, but give us a cost. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm grabbing this south elevation again. This should be the PDF I emailed you, and it should be these two items, south elevation and the floor plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to switch over to on-screen. I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to display the back out feature, plus the legend, and adding costs. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. So I went ahead and I created a new file. Y'all did the quiz. I said, what's the very next step after you insert the file? I think 100% you all said calculate the scale. Awesome job. Really, really good work. So I went ahead and modified the scale. I checked it. It looked good. And I'm going to use this to do my quantity takeoff. So what does anybody need me to go back and re-enter it to do the scale? Okay, I'm moving forward from here. I'm going to start creating a condition. I'm going to create a condition. So by doing that, I use this plus sign. And with the plus sign, I create the area condition. And here's my area. And I'm going to say 8-inch regular block. I don't like blue. I'm going to do whatever this color is. Should we call it salmon? Salmon sounds great. My area, my quantity, number one is area. Unit measure is square foot. Everything was good. I say okay. And from there, I now do my takeoff of my 8-inch regular block. I study my section. It goes from the bottom of the coping to the top of the footing, and here I'm asking for some liberty. I'm going to pretend this 12-inch block is just another 8-inch block going all the way down to the footing. So with that assumption, I'm going to enlarge my screen. Will be from here down to the top of my foundation. So I did it because my section shown here says the block goes from the bottom of the coping to the top of the foundation. Got my salmon 8-inch regular block, 931 square feet. Awesome. But I included, or my area takeoff, include the opening. The rule of thumb, openings greater than 10 square feet, we need to less out. There's a feature in on-screen called back out. Back out. So to back out, we go to Tools. In the Tools tab, we select Tools. See the back out mode. Now notice this is, I don't know the terms you can tell me. It's active, where you see these are grayed out.
It's grayed out for me. Blackout is grayed out for me.
Is your condition still on?
Yes. Turn it off.
Now you should have the same condition. Play around with it, Ashley, see if it comes. The back out, because to grab the back out, select the back out. And from there, you then highlight the area you want to back out. Notice my quantity went down. All right? I'm going to do Control Z and then Control Y. That's undo, redo. Control Z, see it went up to 931 because it included. I'm just going to do Control Y.
I got you.
There's the back out.
Wait.
It's now in.
I figured it out.
You figured it? What was it?
So you have to click on the actual
The condition?
on the area that you marked out, and then it'll light up the option to
Give you the option to do it.
Yeah.
Good. Anybody else need a clarification on that? Good.
My total area is different. I don't know what you how
Could
you
be scale.
Oh, could be scale. Okay.
Now, is it 1,000 off?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
We need, one of us may need to calculate this.
Because I went off of the 80 on the other one.
Okay, anybody do it with a very different number? Sam, did you do it?
I got half of it.
You got half of that number?
We're gonna go forward and say, we're gonna work with the numbers we got, okay? So we backed it out. Now, let's pretend we have 15 of these openings. And you say, do I need to do back out, back out, back out? There's a little speed here. If you use, I think it's, you highlight, you do a right click. I'm gonna do the arrow, where is it? Oh, I practiced this. Tools, back out mode. I pretend I have another opening here. And then what I can do is after you do another back out, or when you do the back out, you do a right click, you can copy backouts. So you copy the back out, you move it over, and you paste back out, and you see how I'm moving around, and you can just continue to paste backouts. Now you gotta say, okay, that's cute. Here, the reason I'm bringing this up is if we have windows that are very expensive, and we are enlarging our drawing to such a big scale that we want to be very precise with the window opening for backouts, and we want to be very replicate that same quantity, that's where you can do the copy paste as opposed to redrawing with the chances of errors. That's all it does. Pretty cool? Backouts. Moving on from backouts, I want to now get to the legend. I'm gonna back out of my zoom, and here I'm just gonna take it out and I'll put it back in. To add a legend, we go to View, Image Legend, and it pops up. Now from here, we can grab our arrow, and we can move that around to wherever we want. Regular block. What's interesting here is that legend, when we add it, notice there's no quantity shown on mine, because I played around before class. If you want to customize your legend, find it. All right, here we go. We're going to take off. Oops. I had it before we started. Oh, I know where it is. We go to this item here, cover sheet. Cover sheet. In the cover sheet, we go to preferences in the dialog box and look at the image legend. In your cover sheet, which is that button, you have the option to include or exclude the quantities. So if I want to include the quantities, I check yes. Clicking yes, okay. Notice my quantity just added. If you want to do square foot, linear foot, whatever quantities. Here's the reason that it's good. Sometimes you may want to make this a presentation document to show it to a client or as a bid. If you want to show it, let's say, as a bid to an owner, you may or may not want to show the quantity. You may want to say, okay, that's regular block, but you may want to have that option to include it or exclude it. So it's probably know your audience to include that. But it's through the cover sheet to customize how you want the legend to show. Okay? Now, last feature I want to show is this adding cost. We have been we've been using this takeoff tab to show our conditions and our drawing. I want to now move to the estimate tab. By going to the estimate tab, you'll see that whatever condition we created, it's going to call it out and carry the quantity. In on-screen, when I talk to the super user, the people, they mentioned that this is not, I'll say, the strong part. The strong part of on-screen is detailed quantity takeoff. That's the strong part. They want to have a feature that you can layer in cost, but the presentation is not so, I'll say, friendly. It's definitely not matching up with RS means or our subgroup summary sheet, because we will show labor, material, and equipment. Well, here it's material, labor, and sub. So the presentation is a little different. What I was told is we want to use the sub. That's called the all-in unit cost. And let's pretend it's our 8-inch standard block at $10.26 a square foot. We click on this one and we enter $10.26 a square foot. Click and enter, and now you have a price.
That's fine.
So it's pretty cool. Now again, on screen, I'll say the popularity of on screen is detailed quantity takeoff or takeoffs, not pricing. It has a pricing feature, but I'll say it's not to the level, because you can't subtotal or I'll say modify the pricing numbers.
Oh, I was gonna say, can you modify the columns?
It's limited.
It's
now, I think my version is 1 or 2 versions back of the desktops. I don't know if they've. I don't know if they improved this feed that element, but it does have cost information. Now, sometimes you're going to say, I'll use Enrique as the example as, well, what exactly is $10.26? What is that? How did you get that number? Let's go back to the takeoff screen, and when we double click on the regular block, notice here we have notes. This is our opportunity to say that unit cost includes accessories. And caulking. And we'll take it further. RS means 04, 21, Remember in RS means when we did in week 2, we said, okay, I got a unit cost. What's that unit cost from? Well, this is the RS means number, 12-digit number, 12 digits, 0421000250. This is your opportunity to clarify assumptions or qualifiers in your quantity takeoff that you carry. Now there's another feature that if you want, you can highlight this in addition to the notes, copy it, place OK, and then here's a feature you can add a note on your drawing. What I did is I just copied it because I didn't want to retype it. Clicked in A for the text. Click on the screen. You can cut and paste your notes right there on the screen. Move it around to however you want. Put it there next to your legend. It's too small. We can increase it. Questions? Pretty neat. So we're just unfolding, we're doing more and more features on the on-screen. Questions? So we did backouts, legend, customized legend, notes, qualifications, assumptions, notes. 4 more features in our on-screen. Questions? Again, we are wrapping up. We're going to be out before 8 o'clock. If any of these elements, template A, template B, on screen, a previous activity, a previous exercise, please stay. Let's go through it together again. So with that, for this week, please read chapter 12.